What's up, friends, followers, subscriptions, people that I sent this to you to blow up your inbox so I can get a couple likes and views on a video that will probably go nowhere. What it do, pessimists? Here we go again. I was up late. You gotta forgive me. I am trying to get into character here. I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching one of my heroes, Conor McGregor, throw one kick and subsequently make me lose all my money. Okay, I bet on him, and I probably shouldn't have. But loyalty means more to me than money, up to a certain dollar amount. So here we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Everyone's just calm down a little bit here. We're back in it. All right. Overnight, there has been some developments. Well, let's start here. Last Friday, our Friday, a couple days ago, and over the last week, we'll review it again. I have been showing up my USO here, my oil, right? I've been over this a couple times. I'm kicking a dead horse, but it's the biggest trade I got going on right now. So, I'm going to ride this one into the dirt. All right. So I've been building a position since here. For all you guys on the shorts, we'll get you in a little closer here. So this is the 4-hour candle, right? This goes back to like late June. So I've been building a position throughout this and a little bit, well, about here too. It rode up. I didn't touch it. I was waiting for it to go more, but of course, DJT, the man of the myth, the actual, he did it again. He made those damn posts, and down we go, and some people lose money, but that's okay. I didn't, because I had a good entry, so we're okay. I did, however, once it went under my average, because my average was like 106, I got up to 108, mid nines, and then I bought a fat chunk at this low right here. So once I did that, now I have a extremely sizable position. So my money is where my gigantic mouth is. Okay. And and we're gonna make it happen, Captain. So anyway, all that's the quick recap. Now let's get back over here. So I ran. Now things were supposedly de-escalating on Friday. Matter of fact, there was a sell-off. I don't know if you guys remember. It was close to market open. It was either pre-market or throughout the day. It was pre-market. There was a massive dip down. It was huge, bro. And I had a swing a put over the night before on the S&P, which against the recommendations of our buddy Uncle Toro. But, I got this little, thing that I do where I kind of get my spidey senses and I make a move. And I did get it down in pre-market about 1/3%, which for my option would have yielded like a 70% return. So, but then guess what happened? That's right. So, anyway, yeah. And so now we're back on this. So Iran is doing its thing. They have declared it closed. They did this last night. Uncle Toro sent me the message while I was watching the UFC fight with my buddies, and I screamed. Not because I'm glad that the world is ending, not because I'm glad that we're all going to go into hyperinflation and die, but because I'm going to be right on this trade. And if that's all that I can do to influence my life is just be right, because I don't have any control of this other stuff, right? And I don't want our people dying, but I don't want Iran nuking us either. But I don't really know anything about that. So let's just stick to the facts. I was happy because it's the one thing I could control, and that was an investment / active trade that I've been in for a month. So, let's check it out.
On Sunday, launched a series of strikes. For the third time this week, the United States on Sunday launched a series of strikes on Iran. In its largest barrage so far, the U.S. military said it hit some 140 targets, including missile and drone launch sites and ammunition dumps.
That's a lot!
U.S. Secretary of Defense.
Do you guys need to keep in mind the scale of the retaliatory strikes that the U.S. does versus Iran? They will hit like one or two things, and we will send in the missiles! Kill them all! It's bad.
Pete Hegseth justified the U.S. strikes in a very brief social media post.
Iran made a poor choice. Now they pay.
Yeah,
the US
come on, dude. These guys they're throwing stones at rocket launchers.
attacks came soon after an Iranian so-called warning shot struck a vessel transiting the Strait of Hormuz, setting the ship ablaze and forcing its crew to abandon it. The Iranian attack occurred 17 kilometers off the coast of Oman, on a southern route through the strait that Iran
So why that matters is because these are waters that Iran doesn't even have any claim to. The whole strait is supposed to be international waters. But Iran is saying, screw that. We're in control, and unfortunately they kind of are for now. But even the waters that their allies and their neighbors are doing, they're bombing everything there too. So what this means is that the insurance premiums and the companies that own these boats are never, or I'm not going to say never, but they are very rarely, very not excited, they're not like me, to send ships through because people are getting, would you send your $100 million boat on a maybe that Iran blows it up? Nah, you wouldn't. I wouldn't either.
Deems unauthorized. Iran then announced that the strait would be closed indefinitely, which the U.S. disputes.
Of course they do. The U.S. cares about political opinion. The people's opinion, right? The court of public opinion, and they also care about the markets. Yeah, I would argue probably more about the markets than anything else.
The U.S. attack, Iran responded with more strikes of its own, attacking Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, countries that all host U.S. bases. It also said it struck another ship in the strait. Iranian Speaker of Parliament Mohammad Khalid.
And that right there, that's going to be the biggest, the biggest impact on oil shooting up is going to be ships getting struck, because ships carry the flow, carry the oil. So without the ships, we're going to be in a deficit. And that's just the way it is. We are there working on the pipelines and stuff, but Iran will probably try to bomb that too. But that's down the line. We're not worried about that far. We're trying to make some money in the short term.
Lebaf responded with his own terse statement.
The era of one-sided deals is over. We told you, keep your word or pay the price. Reality is knocking.
Is it funny that we got like a social media tweet beef between missile launching countries? It just seems so silly to me. The world is a joke, man. It's all a joke.
The new crossfire in the Persian Gulf comes days after U.S. President Donald Trump suggested the June 17th ceasefire deal was over. Each side has accused the other of violating the terms of the memorandum. Even though
he also said that they very badly want a deal. They very badly want a deal. They reached out to me and they said, no, we didn't. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I promise you, if you look it up, Iran was like, bro, we never said that. We never said that once. So, I don't know.
Though Trump has said that negotiations can continue despite the renewed violence, There are no talks currently scheduled.
Abir Abu Omar is a Bloomberg Middle East correspondent.
The U.S. launches new
All right, so yeah, the point is that's one of I had all these videos prepared. I'm not gonna. We'll maybe do this one and then we'll just kind of talk about how to manage this.
Iran so we can move to peace. The Iranian people one day will have ability to take their country back, but we have the best chance in 2,000 years when Iran is neutralized for Saudi and Israel to recognize each other in the Arab-Israeli conflict. That is my goal. That is President Trump's goal. 2026 could be the biggest year since 1945.
That's what I think ultimately that's what this whole thing was about. Obviously, we want to keep Iran from the missiles and everything, but this right here is about control. And then it's easy to get the American people to get on board with that if Iran just does what Iran is going to do, bro. They're going to buck and shoot missiles and stuff. So
if we neutralize Iran, don't let them do it again.
All right, so that's enough of that. We're not really going to get into the politics side of it or the conspiratorial whatever, but the point is we're watching all this stuff go. Big money is pouring into this stuff. There are major opportunities to be made in this war. We don't condone the war, some of us. And if we do, we don't want our own people dying. So we want it to be over. The world, most of us want the world's stability so we can keep on living our lives. But we don't have any control of that, my guy and gal. And so if it's going to keep going on, we might as well make a little bit of money. Make a little bit of money. A little bit of money. So, here we are. Let's get back over to let's get back over here. So we're watching this. Now what even though CENTCOM sent that video or that statement saying, "Oh, the strait is actually not closed." You know, I think the markets eventually are going to stop believing every tweet and we're just going to start seeing what the reality is. There is, from what I understand, a slight increase in oil over the weekend. We will find out tonight in a few hours when the market opens, the futures market, where the futures are, which is going to be this right here. So we'll see where this goes, and we'll see if we can make some money on it. So anyway, guys, stay tuned. We will be doing our thing. Myself and Uncle Toro will be together in a video. We might recap some of this later, but subscribe, like us, follow us, because we're going to be streaming here as soon as we're able, and we're going to make a big thing out of it, all right? Peace!